All right, look, I've talked to a lot of people about this, and the reality is not a lot of people really know. A lot of people I've met have really weird, preconceived ideas about how it really is to get a job when you have no degree. But every time I tell them a story, they're always like, "What? I didn't know you could do that." So here's the thing. Most people I've talked to about this have this weird idea that if you don't have a degree, it's going to be really hard to get a job or almost impossible if you don't know people who are bosses or people who can get you that kind of job. And I'm here to tell you that actually all that people are telling you about how hard it is to get a job with no degree is all a bunch of bullshit. Okay? Because I've managed to get a lot of high paying jobs despite the fact that I don't have a degree in programming or a degree in any relevant field. Like, I managed to get multiple good jobs just by doing the process I'm about to teach you. The thing is that getting good jobs is not that hard, it's just that people don't know how to do it. And I think it's a real fucking shame that most people don't know how to do this, because if I didn't know how to do this, or I didn't think it was possible, like most people, I would have went to college. I would have wasted like 3 years of my life in there. I would have still probably have a lot of student loan debt to pay. Like, I started working as a web developer in 2018, so I would have just started working right now. And even if I did get the same kind of jobs that paid me, like, people were willing to pay up to $65 and $85 an hour for my time. I know that sounds pretty good, and it is. I did manage to get really, really good job. And the thing is, even if I got these same jobs out of college, I'd still have less money in my pockets. I wouldn't have had these 3 years where I could have spent working like I did. I'd just be out of college getting my first job, and I'd have a lot of student loan debt to pay, so I wouldn't be in the same situation I am here now, where I have my house, I have a very good car, I am very financially is going well. I have zero debt. And in my opinion, going to college, knowing what I know now, going to college is a big, huge fucking price to pay. Like, these thousands of dollars, these years of your life, way too high. Because I found out quickly that getting good jobs is not that hard. You just gotta learn how to do it. And if you do what I did and do what I'm about to show you, I'm pretty sure you may have the same results that I did and manage to get the jobs of your dream without wasting thousands of dollars and years of college. So here's what I did. I learned programming online. I got a $20 course on Udemy. It was on sale, like a short and sweet course on programming. Not because I wanted to get a job at first, it was just because I loved video games, and I always wanted to make a video game in my life. Like, that was one of my childhood dreams, and I was like, hey, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I was at a point where I just quit college because I didn't know what program I wanted to get into, and I just thought, hey, I have some time ahead of me, might as well, do this childhood dream, make a small video game, and afterward figure out what I want to do with my life. So I got this course, and I did make a video game with it, by the way. And really close to the end of the course, the teacher said, all right, now you have all the skills you need to get hired in an entry-level position as a web developer. And I just sat there, I thought to myself, wait, there's no fucking way, because, that was a cheap $20 course that was like 40 hours long, and I thought to myself, hey, if I went to college, I'd have tens, dozens of those 40-hour courses. I'd have probably hundreds of hours spent making projects, making homeworks, and I was like, this makes no sense. But then I remembered that this teacher, this is a guy that actually teaches in colleges. That's a guy who's actually a teacher in real life. So I thought, maybe he's right. Maybe he knows something I don't. And at that point, I really wanted to become a programmer. I really loved doing it. I loved doing this course. I loved building my small video game. And I realized that because it was the middle of spring, and here in Canada, the next semester would only start in September, I would have about 6 months where I could not go to college anyway. So I thought, hey, maybe he's right. Maybe my teacher is right, and I could get a job right now with the little skills that I had in this $20 course. So I thought, hey, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to get a job, and if it doesn't work, too bad. I'm going to get to college anyway, so I'm not really losing anything. I'm just becoming a programmer. And if it works, it's going to be amazing. It's going to save me thousands of dollars and years of college. So I realized it was really worth trying. But before I sent my resume, I thought to myself, hey, I'm really not feeling confident about just sending a resume with a small $20 course on it and just going to interviews. I thought I'd probably fail the interviews. I thought there was no way I'd look confident enough. There was no way I would, get people to hire me. So what I did before sending my resumes, I started studying online. I started typing on YouTube, Google. I got a few courses on that, on how to build awesome fucking resumes and how to get really good at talking in interviews. And I did that for a bunch of days until I really felt like, hey, I think I have a good chance of getting a job. I think I have a good chance of passing interviews. And I started sending out my resumes. And what happened is I did not even have time to send 3 resumes because the second place I went, I just gave it my resume and, talked with the guy, got a quick interview, and got hired on the spot. That fucking blew my mind. And that's not the only time it happened. This guy, he had been approached by other people who had college degrees. And every other big job that I got, it was the same thing. I was competing with people who had experience, people with college degrees, people with both. And what happened is I still got hired every time. And the reason is unlike any of them, I had learned how to get really good at interviews and how to get people to want to hire me, how to make myself desirable, how to make myself look good. And man, let me ask you something. I know you want to get a good job and you deserve it, but how do you feel about spending tens of thousands of dollars on a college education? That's a lot of money. You're going to be in debt for a fucking long time. How do you feel about spending 3 years of your life that you could be working? What I'm trying to say is that, hey, I've realized this many times. College is not necessary. I've got multiple really good jobs without degrees in relevant fields. I don't have a degree in programming. And if you want to learn how to do that, get that job you deserve without wasting all that time and money in college. Listen, I'm going to make more videos on this. And if you want to see that, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss these videos, and I'll see you soon. Take care.